Good afternoon, good evening. I'm Vice Forecaster JD Rapp back with you back in the Breaking Weather Center. We're continuing to track thunderstorms today, are continuing to develop. Got some more warnings to pass along to you. We'll zoom into these. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect here. This includes parts Missouri, Hawkey County, 602 is severe thunderstorm located along the line extending from Lurie to 7 miles east of Lower City and Moose on 40. So this is booking at 40 miles an hour, so hazardous. 70 miles of wind gusts. So, I mean, if you listed in these communities, you could expect some damage and straight line winds that could cause some trouble. Instead, some of these could have land spouts with them. And a couple of kinks. We got one report of 50 miles of gust. 60 miles of gust has been reported, and these are just some measurements from winds that we've been getting from these lines of storms coming in. We did have a couple warnings had 80 miles of wind. Once 80 pops in, that's when we have to really watch this activity a lot. More stuff in Missouri. And it looks like we already had another report, guys, of 90 miles of gust. So this is a typically dangerous situation when you have 90 miles per wind. These storms here, we're getting reports of estimates of 90 to 100 miles per wind. This is very bad, folks. Once we start seeing this amount of wind, that is very bad. Let me put this on my Facebook here so we can just see this in a minute. So just give me a second here. So yeah, you want to be taking cover like a tornado. Go to the lowest floor. Now we got storms that are producing up to 80 miles per wind. So that is a lot of wind to cause some significant damage. So just give me a second here, folks. Alright, so we've been tracking this line of thunderstorms, starting to get some very strong to damaging straight line winds. We're getting reports of 70 miles of wind. We had this. Alright, we're getting reports of a machine shop has been damaged and destroyed. So we're starting to get some very strong to destructive winds. So we'll pull up velocity. And look at this. Gosh. Are you kidding me, folks? We're starting to see some very strong to damage and straight line winds have been the biggest concern today. We've been having some warnings, and this is going to continue. We could see some more storms be likely. 80 miles of wind. Once 80 pops in, and this is going to continue. We can see Okay, folks, we're continuing to track stuff, and you can see we've been having pretty strong sales today, and this line is still capable of producing 80 miles of wind. You need to be in your safe spot. Go to the lowest floor of a building, take cover immediately, folks. This line is capable of producing 80 miles per wind. This is just a line of strong to severe storms, and we are tracking this still. So let me back out and see if you're in the warning. Now's the time to get centered, get covered immediately. Go to the lowest floor of the home, and just give me a second. I am going to edit something here in a minute on our coverage, and I'm going to put here. So right now, you're just joining me, and we do have a line of strong to severe storms capable of producing some wind damage right now. Let's see, this is in effect for, this is a dangerous storm, 2-inch hail with this, with 80 miles of wind. So, you need to be in a tornado safe spot, go to the lowest floor, and look at this, gosh. Almost up to 2.5 inches of hail. Very large hail with these storms right now continuing, and we want to continue with our coverage. Checking here with our tools. I'm going to go get me a bottle of water just in a second again. I'm starting to get machine sheds been blown over. We're starting to get almost a 70 miles of gust again, a 55 miles of gust at times. So let's pull up our other tools here, and you can see very strong to some straight line to, this is hurricane force winds. So just give me a second, folks. Alright, folks, I'm back. Let's back off here for a second. Back out. And you see, we're getting some very strong to damaging winds today. These are powerful. We're already getting a severe thunderstorm wind over here that goes through about for St. Clair County. This is in Springfield. Main issue going to be 70 miles of winds with the storm, quarter size hail. So this is, we could have winds over 70. So like I said, we got winds over 60, 60, 60. We're starting to get winds over 59 miles an hour. So sorry that zoomed in way too quick. I don't have a mouse with me right now, so that's what's making me do that. Alright, so if you're just joining me again, we have a severe thunderstorm wind for 60 miles of wind. Maybe it's getting a little bit better. Yeah, pull up velocity once again, and you can see this one is just a warning. We're just getting reports of some large trees uprooted, with numerous other reports of up trees, limbs are down. So we're getting more reports of trees. This storm, for golf ball size hail, emergency manager reported at 5:54. Numerous trees were reported down and included wind gusts up to 50 miles an hour at the Lou airport. So, folks, now we're getting more reports of trees down and the possibility up to golf ball size hail. So you can see hail has been the biggest concern today, with very strong to wind damage. So now it's time to shake shelter again. Make sure you're in the basement. That'd be the safest place to be in with these storms. Get to the ground floor away from all the windows. And even this doesn't produce a strong tornado type deal. We want you just away from windows and let these storms pass through. We didn't think the tornado threat was going to be that big today. Could I roll one out? No. A little small funnel that could develop? No. This is a type of deal where we can see powerful winds. That's going to be the biggest concern. I already got some starting to get some information coming in. And like I said, these storms are powerful tonight. They can produce some wind damage. And this is why we're continuing to keep things live. And I've been sharing reports to some guidance reports to the page if you want to type in if you got any damage. Right now we're continuing to do stuff tonight as we continue to get reports coming in. So let me check here. A couple of storms on the back side of it. We're going to have to watch that too. So right now it's about almost 6:35. Dealing with strong storms, with machine sheds have been blown over this back of the complex. It's been very windy, and this is like we get these all summer through September, sometimes through October, these wind events, and you gotta have, that's why we tell you, even when you're not in the path of it, please charge up your devices, just in case you would lose power, because this took the wrong path and did some other things. So we'll pull up here real quickly. And you can see that it's very strong to damaging straight line winds. A lot of people have lost power today from this. Still looks like circulation's everywhere. I don't see any tornadoes, but large trees are going to get ripped. And especially this severe thunderstorm wind right over here. Got an inch shoot here. That's for 70 miles a gust. So that could still tear things up. And that just, remember the severe thunderstorm watch is in effect at 10 o'clock this evening. And I sometimes do think it'll be out by 10. Once this complex is out, I see a little bit of behind here. I don't think it'll be as strong, because once the sun goes down, it'll fall to a different environment. So just be alert of these storms. The storm could be capable of producing golf ball size hail. We only got 2 storms that are producing up to 80 miles a gust. And very dangerous storm with up to 2 inches in diameter. And the other storm to the south of that is still 70. So we only got... So this is how the frame looked 2 hours ago. Let's back it up. This is what it looked like, if I can get that way. Past, let's see, lunchtime. This is, let's see, I can get it again. This is what it looked like. If it even goes that far, let's see, it only goes past 6:30. If I saved it, that's what would happen. This is at 6 o'clock. We see more storms fire up. This afternoon, the sun just beat it up, and now look where we're at. Very strong storms out here, and that's why we're getting all the damage. The machine sheds, and new little storm trying to get going, so it's separate by each other. So we always check. This storm could have a little rotation, so we would have to watch that just in case it would develop into a small tornado. We would have to see what happens. We will continue to keep you informed on this, and we will break in as we think there's a life-threatening situation.